Hello my gorgeous makeup loving friends, how's it going? Welcome back to my channel, or if you're new here, hi, my name is Teresa and welcome to this odd side of the internet. That's right, I am late to the game. Are we that surprised? I mean, whatever, who cares? This is Cosmic Brushes' new Winter Wonderland palette and I just had to try it. You know, it is an absolutely stunning palette. Beautiful blue wintry colours, but there's also kind of purple elements. So today I wanted to do a good old-fashioned rated or slated along with a general tutorial. Now I didn't do a very complex eye look, but it's mostly just because I wanted to put a lot of the mattes through their paces and see what the duochromes etc. are like. So if that sounds like something you are interested in, then do please keep on watching. I went for a very simple look at the end of the day, but I'm quite happy with it. So this is what we've landed on. I'll probably put some liner and glue some things to myself, so that's totally fine. Anyways, I'm using this Cosmic Brushes brush. It's the CB4, and I'm going into the shade Snowfall, which is the lightest shade in the palette. This is it here. But despite it being the lightest shade, you will see that it packs quite the punch. And I like that the palette kind of has this mix of kind of purple toned blues and kind of more traditional blues. So I think it's quite versatile, even though it is a monochromatic palette. So I quite appreciate that. Like, I am getting the P. Louise Big Blue bloody palette as part of the budget box. I've since cancelled my budget box thingy, but that'll be the last one that I'm getting. So I'm gonna see how many of the shades from that are similar to this. For full disclosure, the primer that I have down is a weird, like bastardized science between the MAC paint pot in the shade Soft Ochre and the P. Louise eye base in the white shade, because I like the consistency of MAC, but I want kind of the color of P. Louise. And I know I got the Snow one. The lovely Ida helped me get one, and the lovely Tina sent on one to me. But I'm kind of like almost afraid to play with it, because if I love it, apparently they've discontinued it. And I'm like, oh no, I can't deal with love and loss in my life like that. It's too upsetting. But you see what I mean? You're getting like really good pigmentation with that. And yes, I am very pale as a person, so obviously I tend to have a very specific canvas, but I do still feel like you're getting a good amount of colour payoff there nonetheless. So literally just working that around there. This blends really, really nicely, which I so appreciate. I don't know how they manage that at the price. So it's £28 for the palette, and there's two sort of duochrome shades in there, and then there's some like metallic-y foils and obviously the mattes. But I don't know how they do it at that price. I will also say what I really appreciate is this is a UK brand, so obviously the UK are no longer in the EU, so whenever you're getting stuff from them you have to pay taxes etc. But when you go onto Cosmic Brushes, they have all of that sorted out for you, so all of those things are calculated pre-checkout. So this is, I think, €40.95 when you purchase it. Obviously you can use the code TIA10, which is my girl Tia's code. It'll get you 10% off, and she makes a commission from it. So obviously when I bought this, I used her code because I adore her, and I was like, yay. I mean, yeah, I don't really need any further explanation past that, do I? I don't know what you guys think, but to me this is a perfectly frosty blue. They kind of killed it. This is another Cosmic Brushes brush. It has glitter in it, and I will totally stim by watching this. It's very pleasing to me. And I'm going with essentially the next lightest shade up. It is the shade Blanket, because I kind of wanted to keep with the more purple tones. And just kind of laying that down underneath where I put Snowfall. Okay, so let's like just chat about things in general, because let's be real, it's not like I do like in-depth tutorials or really know what it is that I'm doing. I'm just guessing at things. Right, I was in Waterford at the weekend doing the glamorous thing of, you know, buying cat food, because oh my god, we go through cat food so quickly, because we obviously buy cat food for our 2 cats, but we have 4 stray cats that turn up and I just constantly feed them. So we go through food pretty quickly. But anyways, we went down to Waterford because there's a good pet shop there and they do decent deals. So I was getting that, but I went into Tesco and I had like a scratch card. I know, how cool of me. And I had won an amazing €4 on it. So I was just going in to cash it in. So I went in and I was like, oh, I'd just like to get the cash for this. Your one behind the desk was like, I can't actually give you cash. And I was like, oh, right. Well, I mean, you can pop it onto my card or whatever. Like, that's grand. And she was like, no. Because we can't give out to anything. Like, we can't give out money to anyone who's under 18. So she was like, I need to see some ID. And when I tell you, I felt like kissing that woman. I was like, oh my God, you wonderful, glorious creature. I was like, I am 33. Now, granted, I think that really part of maybe why she thought I looked younger was my skin is doing weird things. And it's going to do weird things for the next couple of months because I'm doing retinol at the moment. That makes it sound like I'm doing hard time. I have incorporated retinol into my routine, and I'm now at the point where I'm using it every night. So your skin gets worse before it gets better, like it increases like the cell production, etc. So you do just end up with more like quite painful spots, but I'm like, meh, whatever. But I don't know if it was down to me being spotty and awkward looking, but she was like, yeah, I thought you were like 17. And I was like, oh my God, you're a wonderful creature. But I have had people at work, like students, think that I was a student as well. So I'm like, okay, I'll take it. I'll take it. I just assume I'm gloriously youthful. As you can see here, this blends so well. Part of why I wanted to take the purpley shades was, if you know anything about makeup, and I've said this 5 million times, anyone who's watching is probably like mouthing along going, purple is so difficult to formulate. Yeah. Well, do you know what? I said it before and it's true again now. That I really wanted to see how they got on here. Which, I mean, no major surprise, they've done very, very well on this. It's kind of the perfect time of the year to come out with this, you know, this whole Winter Wonderland thing. And I will say, this arrived really bloody quickly. I was kind of, not shook, I don't want to say shook, but I was pleasantly surprised because things take a while to get here. Like, oh my God, P. Louise. Oh, the less said about that. I'm having a whole thing with them at the moment. I had ordered the advent calendar back in the day, and then they were like, we're shipping it now, and I'm like, don't ship it, I don't want it, give me my money back, because I've seen what's in the advent calendar, and none of it is really for me. And then they were like, no, but it's shipped, we're just shipping it now, and Mama, you can refuse the order. And then somebody else emailed me back again today, and then we're like, oh, you're gonna have to say that it was missing because we shipped it to you on the 31st of October. And I was like, I'm sorry, who the fuck am I talking to at this point? Because I don't think anyone, like, I was like, I'm getting such contradictory information. Oh my God, their customer service, it used to be much better. I feel like they've really, really taken a hit over the last while. But I will also say, and I know, I just did a live releases and rants there at the weekend. Oh my God, so much fun. Really enjoyed that. I'm gonna try and make that into a monthly thing. And I did say, I was like so proud of myself. I was like, I didn't get anything of the Michaela Nguera collection. You're an idiot, Teresa. I ended up getting the 2 blushes because, to be fair, those are the things that I was really excited about. And then I also got that highlighter, the powder highlighter, because I was like, oh, I could look like an icy queen. I don't know who I think I am. I'm so happy with the way this is all blending. I'm not getting anything in creases, which is great, because I do have very creasy eyelids. It's part of the aging process. And now I'm taking a P. Louise brush, which is funny after I've just been like absolutely slamming them, and I'm going into the shade Calm, which is kind of perfect for this because this is what the look is. It's very calm. There's nothing like massively skillful about it. So if you have this palette, feel free to, you know, follow along at home, children. Here's one I made earlier, and I'm literally just doing this. I know, oh my God, it's like the same thing I do every single time when in doubt. But to be fair, I haven't played that much with makeup recently because work has been insane. My poor students are like, we have so much stuff happening at the moment, we have all these assignments. I'm like, oh my God, like same, because when you have assignments that are due, I then have to correct said assignments. So I'm having like a bunch of assignments coming in at the moment that I have to correct, and I like to get the feedback and marks back to my students as soon as I possibly can, because they can actually take that feedback and feed it forward, and it just takes a lot of stress out of them as well when they get their marks sooner rather than like later. They're a good bunch of humans. I'm very fond of them. But yeah, we've had like lots going on, like with careers days and open days, and it's just been lots going on. And I went into the doctor today, got some blood work done, so I can confirm that I am indeed a human. I'm not a stone, because you can indeed get blood from me. But I suspect I'm very low on B12 because I am exhausted these days. Like, I could sleep for 20 hours and still be like, I could use another little nap. And I think maybe my thyroid has gone underactive again. So anyways, don't know how I'm still alive. Let me tell you my medical woes. But you can see here, nice pigment on this. And I was very naughty. I did want to try like the multi-chromes because I was like, whatever, I've bought this, let's play with it. I then have this Suva 410 brush and I'm going into the shade Magical. I really love how she has like these dark and lights mattes kind of corresponding to like the more purpley blues, and then the more traditional 80s blues is what I like to think of it. So I think that's really smartly done. Now this packs quite the punch, so you want to go at it really gently. So I'm literally just kind of patting it on and smoking it out a little bit and smoking it in out, shake it all about, you know, that sort of thing. Hokey pokey of the eyelid. Oh my God, you learn so much from me. I am a fountain of knowledge and youth, obviously. See previous story. I finished listening to the Matthew Perry audiobook. I think I was talking about that on Releases and Rants in the live. Oh my God. Absolutely heartbreaking, so good. And I also finished a Lauren Graham one. I like a lot of like audiobooks that are like biographies or like short stories because they keep me kind of going. But I thought that was quite interesting. It was one of her more recent ones, so I was listening to that, and now I've started on an older one of hers. So, you know, this is apparently a new obsession. I've become really into audiobooks. I'm enjoying how that is smoking out. Look at that. Also, I do have a heater on in here because it's absolutely freezing. So cold. It's getting down to 2 degrees, which I know my American friends are like, what are you talking about, Teresa? 2 degrees Celsius. And I know that doesn't seem like a lot, but you see, we don't have like houses and stuff built for that sort of thing. We're not used to like extremes of weather. We keep in the mid temperatures like all the time. And now I just kind of want to build up that lighter color again. So using my Cosmic brushes, and I'm going into the shade Snowfall, just gently dabbing, which, what a strange verb to be like, oh yeah, I'm just going to dab this onto my face. Dab is not a very pleasant verb, is it? I'm literally just kind of going around here because I feel like I did a lot more over this side than I did on this side. So I want to have them somewhat match. I'm liking how easily this is blending because, again, if you know me, you'll know I'm lazy and I hate doing things, including blending. I so admire people who can sit here and blend for like a million years. It is not me. Not me at all. Mind you, I can still just like stare into space for like an hour and that's fine. Don't understand. Doing the same thing again, I'm taking my Cosmic Brushes brush, so hard to say, I'm going into the shade Blanket and just making that a little bit bigger and a little bit more dramatic. Like me, big and dramatic. That was my drag name in high school. Did you enjoy that, Wilma? That's just for you. I love when Wilma does her like, that was my name and my drag name in high school. And I'm like, God damn you. I'm so looking forward to some more makeup and movies, Wilma. Make it happen. Because obviously you make all of your videos for me. That's all I ask. I'm liking the blend of that. It's coming out nice. And then the P. Louise brush into the shade Cam. I really enjoyed that this formula isn't like super cakey-uppy. Yes, I know, such technical phrases. But yeah, it like blends well and I'm not getting like a crazy amount of fallout. Apart from like when I'm using like the glittery, well not glitters, but like, you know, the metallic-y duochromy bits. But you normally get that anyways. Oh my God, my eyelids are so hooded. All my hooded eyelid people say, yeah. I know, I hate myself too, but sure, look, it is what it is. And then taking that Suva 410 and going back into that deeper shade, and I'm just kind of popping it along here. And I feel like I've smoked it out quite well. Everything is blended. I'm feeling pretty damn pleased with myself. I quite like this. Like, I know it's like super simple, But you know what? Sometimes you just want something a bit simple. In saying that, I made a fabulous mac and cheese yesterday. Kezia, you know how I make my mac and cheese, because when Kezia was here, I made her mac and cheese. I make it with leek and butternut squash, which I know sounds really, really weird, but I promise you it is nice. And then, because I just cannot resist putting a black in, I have the Zoeva 225, and I went into the shade In the Moment. And I mean, I am just putting that along here. Like, I don't want to put it on the edge, I'm just bringing it out because it is very pigmented. Which is great, I like that, but I didn't want it to be like the thing as part of this look. But again, in true Cosmic Brushes fashion, it blends superbly, so darn her and her talent, how dare she, how dare she. I'm now just taking this BH Cosmetics 101 brush, it's nice and large and floofy, and I just want to do this. I know sometimes you get that intrusive thought and it's important to just kind of go with it. You know, just to smoosh it out a little bit more, because even though I'm quite happy with the blend, I'm like, why not? Try to be a better person, Teresa. Grow. Be a better human. And I had to go into the shade Winter Solstice. So this is one of those like duochrome flippy shades. And if I kind of go at it from a couple of different angles, which sounds very, very wrong, it kind of gives you a slightly different look. And my friend Daniela was like, you need to use that shade. So obviously, if she says jump, I say how high. It has like a greeny pinky shift, which is very, very nice. Can I take more? Yeah, I will. Anyways, I'm popping that here, popping that onto the eyelid, and yeah, absolutely stunning, gorgeous. And I'm very mean because I haven't put any sort of glitter primer on. So really kind of putting it through its paces. And I wanted to have the black there as well to kind of, so you could see a little bit of the distinction, because obviously when you're looking at certain multi-chromes, they look better under a black base, particularly if they're like a black based multi-chrome. So I think that's quite pretty. And now I'm taking a BH Cosmetics brush and I'm going to take a little bit more of that shade on and just blend back and forward. It's so pretty, but just to kind of have it be a little bit less like bang. I know this is such an easy look, but I'm kind of here for it. Why does every look have to be complex? It absolutely does not. Sometimes you can just look nice without having made any huge effort. It's my kind of thing. Why not? And after this, I'm going to edit this video and try and get it up for tomorrow, which is a Tuesday, because today is Monday. That's right. That's how the days of the week work. Oh, am I a bit manic and weird these days? Yeah. There you go. Enjoy. Just saying. And you know I love my NYX silicone applicators. I'm using that and I'm going into the shade Wonderland. Part of why I've used this is because it has that sort of like little tip, so you can get a bit more precision. Of course, I still end up putting it everywhere because I have the dexterity of a 2-year-old child, just shoving my fingers into everything. I think this is very, very pretty. And now I'm taking a Zoeva 224 and I'm going into that same shade. And I just want to pop it in there. I've probably taken on too much. Oh no, what a metaphor for my life. There we go. I also have some Moira Cosmetics holographic glitters, and I kind of, like, the intrusive thought is that I put it on. Should I put it on? We'll see. We'll see. But I did want to kind of wait so that you could see what this looks like before I start messing with it. Oh, that's nice. And then the very last thing that I did is, by the way, this shade here that I'm going to show you now, it's the shade Atmosphere. This is a dead-on dupe, if not so much better than the Danessa Myricks shade from the Lightwork 3. It gives you the exact same shift, but I actually prefer the formula on this. Who thought I would say that? You guys know I'm a Danessa Myricks stan when it comes to her Lightworks, but I do think that this is much better. So if you have a little bit of FOMO over missing out on that, know that at least you can get this shade. It is the kind of quintessential sort of duochrome that you would normally see, but it is very, very pretty. And I'm just popping that along here. I know, so complex. Sometimes these shades are best applied with your finger, and there's absolutely no shame in that. And I'm just taking this P. Louise brush and going to blend it. I know, with reckless abandon, some might say. I think I'm going to put on some graphic liner. Maybe might glue some things to myself. and then maybe do some of that with my makeup. Who knows? Who knows? I just think it could make it a little bit more interesting. Also, why do I have to make everything interesting? My God, I don't have to validate myself. You silly goose. But I think this is very pretty looking. I'm quite happy with it. As you can see, everything blends really, really well. No major surprise. Of course, if you haven't liked the Cosmic Brushes formula to date, you're probably still not going to like this, because to me this is the same sort of formula that they've done before. So keep that in mind. There doesn't seem to be any formula changes, which is great if you've loved what they've done before, but not so great if you're like, ah, not for me, you know? Anyways, I'm going to feck off now, do the rest of my makeup, the rest of my face. I'll show you what it all looks like together, and we'll see if I did do graphic liner or if I decided against it. And maybe holographic glitter. Who knows? Who knows? Sometimes I just need to learn to say no. You know what? In a move that surprised even me, I refrained from gluing things to myself or using any sort of graphic liner. I kind of like how simple this is. Like, the shadows just kind of speak for themselves. Yes, I did use a Moira Cosmetics glitter, couldn't resist, but I do think this look is very, very pretty, and I'm going to zoom you in now so you can get a better look. So this is the finished look. I think it's quite nice, quite smoky. It's super, super simple. Hells yes, but nothing wrong with a bit of simplicity. I also took one of the minty blue shades and just put it down under the waterline, and I had a kind of a matching eyeliner as well, and I feel like they all work together quite nicely. Obviously I have a lot of lights on right now, so I'm going to show you what this looks like without all of these harsh lights. And just to keep you out of suspense, yes, I did use the Moira Cosmetics glitter. I used, I think it was like Hello Halo. I think it looks really nice, but you can see the blend of the mattes really, really good. Did I struggle with my lashes today? Hells yes. In the same way that I'm struggling with my skin, but we'll get there. I have to say, I absolutely love how this palette performed. The mattes just all blended together really, really well. Am I surprised? No, not at all. That's been my general experience of Cosmic Brushes. So what I will say is, if you've tried Cosmic Brushes before and you like their formula, you will like this again, because the formula is still consistent. The mattes are still blending really, really well. I think the thing that I can't get over is the quality of the duochromes. Like I said, this shade is better than the one that's in the Danessa Myricks Lightworks 3 palette. Mind actually blown over that. I feel like she's done really, really well. This is super cohesive. There's some fabulous colours in here. I love the mix of the mattes to the more metallic / duochromes. I think there's just a lot of things you can do with this, even though it is a monochromatic. She's done a monochromatic, but had it so that there's like more of like that tealy blues in there, like the greeny toned blues, and then the more blurply blues, which I just think it's so, so smart. There's a lot of kind of flexibility with this, despite it being like a monochromatic colour story. I think this is kind of how you do a monochromatic colour story these days, because by the way, everyone's done them, but I feel like this is done exceptionally well. The price point is brilliant. I think particularly, lads, if you're in the UK, my God, it's £28. You're not having to deal with customs, etc. I still feel like €40.95 is actually very, very good for this palette, like within the EU. And as I said, there's codes for 10% off. Tia has a code. I'll put her referral link, etc. down below. Now, this palette did sell out. Are we that surprised? No. This is kind of what happens with Cosmic Brushes. And what I am happy to say is it stayed consistent. I'm really, really happy for the brand. They seem to just kind of be really kind of going from strength to strength to strength. So for me, rating it out of 10, I'm gonna say a 10 out of 10 actually. I know, oh my God, I actually can't think of anything that I would change. Shocking, shocking. I did use quite a few of the shades. Like I used 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 of the shades. So 9 out of 20, so almost half I used, and I have to say, I was really, really impressed. I would very, very happily recommend this. If you like this colour story, fantastic, give it a go. As I said, I also have this new Moira Cosmetics, sort of like a glittery thing on my eyelids. Let me know. I'm thinking about doing a swatching Sundays with all the 10 glitters that I got. Let me know down below if you're interested in that. But my gorgeous friends, that's it. That's the end of this video. Thank you so much for watching. Please do comment. It really helps. I mean, it just kind of tells YouTube that I'm cool and sexy and do things. Yeah, I don't know what that was about, but there we go. I'm keeping it in. It is what it is. Thank you so much for watching. Do please like, comment, and subscribe, all that general jazz. And do please share, because sharing is caring, except, of course, for STDs. In which case, wrap it up. Don't be gross. But that's it. That's the end of the video, and I will see you guys in the next one. Bye.